This is Wicked Rhody, a wicked good podcast about Rhode Island events and life. Hey everybody, how's it going? My name's Mary Larson.
And I'm Ben DeCastro. Thank you so much for tuning in and spending the next 4 hours with us. No. However long this is, insert time here with us. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas and all the festivities that are surrounding it. And as you're going through vacation week, we got stuff for you. We got stuff for you to enjoy, to do, and to kick back, have fun. Mary, you actually listened, took your own medicine, took advantage of your own podcast. You went, where'd you go, over the border?
I went just over the border. I headed on down to Mystic Aquarium on the day that we're recording this, on Wednesday, December 26th, on Boxing Day, because Mystic Aquarium is having this whole extra festivities and crafts and meet and greets with holiday dressed up people through holiday break, because of course all these kids are off from school, and if you're a parent like myself, you might already be pulling your hair out and you just want to get out of the house. I mean, let's be real, of course they've got all these toys to play with, but me and my son, we went down to Mystic. They have the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in 4D with the snow, the bubbles. It smells like pine at one point. It's pretty incredible. They still have all of these robotic dinosaurs. So my son's a huge dinosaur fan, as you know, Ben. And yeah,
I've seen a few dinosaurs there at the house, yes.
Right? That's pretty much like our decorations are prehistoric, thanks to my 5-year-old's decor style. And yeah, and it's a great place. You know, I, even as an adult, absolutely love going, whether it's to Mystic Aquarium or to Roger Williams Park Zoo. You just appreciate things at a completely different level than I did even as a child, but it's a great option if you're wanting to get out of the house. Just know that Mystic, A, is open year round, but B, it's really, really special this time of year.
Yeah, no, that's great. I'm glad you were able to go down there and do that. We're closing in on all the amazing celebrations for New Year's Eve with little ones. What do you do to... Because I know in the past you've gone to some of those other channels where there's a countdown at like...
Yes.
5 o'clock.
Yeah, like Netflix, you can choose your own adventure when it comes to when you want to have the countdown on. My kids still don't really grasp it. I think next year when my son's in first grade, he's going to get a little bit more of the build up and understand a bit more. But my hope, when I'm crossing my fingers, is that actually my kids are at my mom's for New Year's Eve so I can go out. Generally, I've been home with my little ones, but this new year I might want to spread my wings and go out again and be a human in civilization. But Netflix, otherwise, is clutch. Like, they really they save the day for us.
Okay, good. Well, that's good to know. Good to know. If you're out there, if you have a suggestion on what to do with little ones under the age of 10. I feel like 10 is kind of that threshold. What do I know? But 10 years old is that threshold. Let us know in the comments, because we'd love to see what your suggestions are as far as doing stuff with kids to celebrate New Year's. Because, you know, especially if you're having people over, you know, or if somebody's coming over to watch your kids because they know mommy and daddy are going out to enjoy whatever, you know,
enjoy themselves. Different. Exactly.
Absolutely. Whatever you want to do, whatever you do, please share it with us in the comments, and we'll check it out. And if you tuned in while you're on the road working, getting errands done, just sit back, listen, enjoy the episode. If you hear something that piques your interest, we'll have all the links and info for you. You know where. The show notes, website, wickedroadypodcast.com.
So this music, I enjoy it for our wicked interesting picks each week. It frequently might make you think about being by the ocean, maybe surfing, maybe, you know, hanging 10. And it still is about the ocean. It doesn't matter that it's wintertime, my friends, because this event, this wicked interesting listing that Ben has, is just for you.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to support a great cause, go to the beach, jump in the ocean on January 1st, which is supposed to be kind of warm, by the way. They are saying anywhere from 36 to 48 degrees on Tuesday. So,
ooh.
Yes, a bit balmy. Then break out your best Speedo or swimwear and head on over to the Mentor, Rhode Island and Laid Back Fitness 8th Annual Frozen Clam Dip and Ops the Plunge. That's right, folks. This is the world's only New Year's Day plunge featuring an obstacle course.
What?
So, yeah, you can go there. Like, there's a bunch of these different plunges all across, and we'll talk about the different ones throughout the episode. But this one has, like, half American Ninja Warrior style and half jump in the ocean.
Amazing. What a good combination.
And it's all to support Mentor Rhode Island, which is a 501c3 nonprofit org. They are dedicated to the expansion of quality mentoring services for Rhode Island youth. So here's the deal. 11 o'clock, you check in. At 12 o'clock, it is the frozen clam dip and Opsta plunge. Now, if you have kids that are under the age of 10, they're free, and spectators are free as well. But those kids under 10 need to have an adult going with them. It's $30 to do just the jump into the ocean. It's $40 to do the Opsta plunge and the frozen clam dip. And all participants will be receiving a long sleeve T-shirt. And you got to sign a waiver at the event like you do with most of these other ones. Mm-hmm. There are some sponsorship available listings available on the website, so that's all cool. The kids have their own unique Ninja Zone. It's new to this year's event. It's their Ninja Zone, which offers open play for spectators 5+ on the obstacles, including laid-back fitness mobile, warped wall.
Cool.
They have a warped wall on, which is mobile, not a mobile. It's a mobile warped wall, and that's free entry. But again, they're trying to do all this stuff to help raise money for mentoring Rhode Island, which have really been shortchanged when it comes to the budgeting and everything. Some budgeting got cut, unfortunately, and that happens. This is a great way to support them. Amenities, you got warmth from G-Met's Moving and Storage. They'll have a warming zone. They're going to have some comedians there by Funny for Funds, and coffee from New Harvest Coffee Roasters there to help keep you warm and going. It's on Tuesday, January 1st, 11 a.m. is when you can register. And then, of course, 1 p.m. is really when it wraps up. It's over at Goddard Memorial State Park. You know how to get there in Warwick. It's a wonderful thing. You can go online, follow the links. We've got them. That is our Wicked Interesting Pick of the Week. And now, here's the Wicked Fun in the 401.
So the day before you're doing any of these plunges, all for great causes, and Ben's got great tips and tricks because he's done all these plunges before, you might want to get warmed up. You might want to make sure that the innards of your body, the outside of your body, the heart and soul in your body are nice and warm. And if that sounds good to you, whether or not you're jumping in the ocean the next day, I want you to think about heading on down to Charleston, Rhode Island, down in South County for their annual New Year's Eve bonfire. Now, this takes place, it's on the earlier side. It takes place 4:30 to about 7. So if you have kids or if you just yourself are tired, or maybe you have some fancy New Year's Eve plans, but you're thinking you might be down in the southern part of the state, head on over 4:30 at Ninigret Park. You can grab a hot chocolate. There's going to be, donuts, and you get to just kind of chill out and see this awesome big old bonfire. And it's been going on for several years now. So just a great way, a different way. And as I said, if you just wanted to take some kids, or maybe you wanted to be outside, but not necessarily at 11 o'clock at night during in the new year, this is a great way for you to get out of the house, go do something. And if you want to go back home, I myself like to be home later in the evening to watch Back to the Future. Like, I'm a big Back to the Future marathon or a Star Wars marathon kind of girl. So if that's more your style of New Year's Eve late night stuff, maybe you can go to the bonfire ahead of time and then go home and do what else you want to do afterwards. But it's free, open to the public, and it's down in Charleston.
Can't beat that. That's awesome. The 2019 Polar Bear Plunge is happening in Newport. So depending on, what side of the bay you're on, you can go to the Goddard Park one to help mentoring Rhode Island, or you can go to Newport, which helps benefit A Wish Come True. So you can. This is an annual event. They do it every year. It's over there at Newport First Beach, which is technically, we don't tell anybody, but this is technically still Middletown. It's just our secret, though. But it's Newport First Beach.
Blowing my mind. Blowing my mind, Ben.
It's what I do. But everybody gets into the chilly waters of Easton's Beach, First Beach, and costumes are wonderful. Some people, go in their own bathing suits. Other people put together something very, very fancy and all together. But this happens at noon, high noon. Just show up, bring some money, drop it off, get there early if you want to score a good parking spot close enough to the water that you can run back into your car and get warm right away.
Yeah.
Get right up there, folks.
Is that like your tip? Because I've never done any. Oh, I did 1 year do a polar plunge. I have not since.
Yes.
So I think I need, if I were to do it again, do you have any top like 2 or 3 tips?
So here's my tips. First and foremost, wear shoes because your feet get cold. And if you step on something sharp, you won't realize you did until long after. So usually I wear water shoes, the kind of like for what I use for surfing, wetsuit booties. But old sneakers or whatever would be great. If you have any kind of medical condition, any kind of heart condition, don't do it at all. But if you get ice cream headaches very easily, take my advice. Take a Tylenol before you go. Okay. Or an Excedrin.
That's why I haven't done it again. I got such a bad headache, and I'm like, what is wrong?
I'm not a doctor. By the way, this is not official doctor suggestion. This is what I do, and it helps. And then the other thing is have multiple towels. And don't rub dry. Don't like dry off by going up and down. Just pat. Just gotta pat yourself dry because your skin is cold, and when you rub, you will irritate it. Oh. You may not realize you're rubbing and causing a little bit of a friction burn.
Yeah.
So just pat yourself dry.
Take a Tylenol.
When you get into the car, everything comes off. Meaning, when you change out, don't leave your suit on underneath the clothes you're wearing. Don't just throw clothes back on over it. When you can, strip down, get everything off because that's the fastest way you're going to get warm again. So that's why I wear a Speedo. It's less to take off.
Less is more.
There you go.
Perfect.
But this is a big one. This is big. A lot of people show up down there, so it's not for the faint of heart. If it's a nice day, there will be a lot more people. So if you really want to get a good spot, make sure you're there by around 11 o'clock. You jump in at noon. What else?
Well, listen, so we're talking about all these things you can do on New Year's Day to benefit the community, to wake yourself up. But let's be real. A lot of us are looking for things to do. New Year's Eve night, it's one of the biggest party nights of the year. So if you're still looking for something to do, I just have a few suggestions I wanted to rattle off for you, just like how we do with fireworks on the 4th of July. We list a bunch of things off. So there's going to be a Roaring 20s party at the Providence G. They highly encourage if you have flapper dresses, fun little costume items to come on over, dance the night away as you wait for midnight to strike at the historic old Down City Affair. There's going to be the New Providence Big Band with jazz singer Miss Katie Kalila. It's going to be starting at 8 p.m. A red carpet, a raw bar, dessert buffet, fine food station, specialty cocktails. I mean, this is a top-notch event. This is a really, fun, fancy event. So if you're looking to go big for the end of 2018, this would be one of the things that you would definitely want to check out. If you're more into being a little somewhere different, there's also going to be an event quite like that for the Roaring 20s at Gracie's. So they're going to be having oysters, caviar, truffles. If you're more of the foodie type, you might want to be going to check out Gracie's downtown. There's, of course, the New Year's Eve One Providence with Mayor Jorge Alorza. All of the City of Providence, they do this whole thing where it's like an outdoor event, complimentary entertainment, a warming tent if you're a little cold, tons of great things going on, a laser light show. So as long as you're downtown, you can stop in and bop on in on some of those New Year's Eve events. There's going to be an Austin Powers themed New Year's Eve gala at the Ocean House in Watch Hill. So if you're down in South County after the bonfire.
Is this some kind of an anniversary of Austin Powers or something? Why this theme?
I have no real idea except that all of the treats are going to be inspired by Austin Powers. So I'm a little nervous as to what that means because Austin Powers is quite perverse.
I wonder if they'll have lasers on their heads, the heads of the treats.
No, guests must be 21 and older to attend this event. So
of course,
take it into your own hands
and put your keys in the bowl when you get there. No. Any other ones?
Completely different would be the review Year's Eve at AS220. Of course, we love AS220. They're going to be having it's their longest running funny sketch and variety show. This is their 6th annual variety show going on, and the theme this year is that they're going to be getting rowdy with the Tear the Roof Off. So fun's dancing, all different kinds of shows. That starts at 9 p.m. ends at includes midnight. You're going to have little sparkling stuff going on, a cash bar. Always AS220 has great food. So tons of fun things going on. Whether you want to be classy, you want to be Austin Powersy, or if you just want to be rowdy, there's plenty of things going on for you right here in the Ocean State.
No matter what level of aggression you have, you can celebrate the new year. Thanks to
right.
Wicked Rhody. Mary, this
Yes.
might be your event for New Year's Day.
Tell me.
It is the non-polar 95-degree plunge and brunch
Yes.
at the Break Narragansett Hotel.
Much more my style.
So it
you.
takes place on Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Break, which is a Narragansett hotel. It's for people, if you've always wanted to take a dip on New Year's Day, but thought the thought of jumping in like freezing waters has always held you back.
Yep.
How about jumping into their 95-degree outdoor saltwater pool? Mm-hmm. You jump in whenever you like, between 10 and 2, $30. 10% of that goes to the Narragansett Lions Club. And you get an awesome buffet. Prime rib roast, turkey, potatoes, chorizo and mushroom frittatas, spinach and tomato quiche, Sunset Farm sausage and bacon, grilled asparagus. They'll have a dessert station with apple pie, cookies, pumpkin empanadas, and cookies. Just crazy. There's so many
Sounds
cookies.
Lovely. Yes.
They listed it twice. So you go there, you enjoy brunch at Chair 5, and then you jump in the 95-degree pool. It's 95 degrees, which is perfect temperature for being outside. You get a little cold going out there and a little cold like on the walk back. Mm-hmm. But you only have to bring your own bathrobe, and they'll supply the towels. They have lounge chairs, they'll have music, plenty of cocktails by the pool. This is a cool way to do it and support the Narragansett Lions Club.
Yeah.
So check that out. That's happening on New Year's Day from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I would strongly suggest making a reservation.
Agreed.
All right, Mary. Wicked family friendly.
Wicked
What do you
family
got?
friendly. It's
What do you
school
got?
vacation week. I mean, we already
Still.
talked about how if your kids are home and they're not usually home because they're at school, you're going to be looking for things to do. Well, I wanted to let you know that in addition to Mystic Aquarium, that event that I listed off earlier, the Audubon Society of Rhode Island, right over in your neck of the woods, Bend, Bristol, they're going to be having school vacation week events to save the day, my friends.
Nice.
So they're going to be all sorts of events that are free with admission. Registration is not required. So if you wake up and you're like, you know what? Today's the day. We're getting out of the house. Put on
Yes.
those coats, kids. They're going to be having nature crafts from 10 to 2. At 10:30 and at 2:30, there's going to be a nature story. There will be special programs and activities every day at 11. And at 1:30, there will be animal interviews. So tons of fun things. So for example, this is the 27th, 28th, and 29th. Cooking for the birds. You get to come and create tasty dishes for our little feathered friends. You can, make some bird food for these birds that are going to be hungry in a little bit once it starts snowing. If that isn't good enough for you, on the 28th, there is owl pellet dissection. If you've got like some scientists or some kids who just like really gross stuff, then you get to go and see how owls hunt and understand what an owl pellet is. Do you know what an owl pellet is, Ben?
I don't. Is that something the owls burn to keep warm in their pellet stove in their loft apartments like the owl had?
Owls eat their food whole. And so they then spit out the bones and fur and everything in like a pellet. So it's quite a discovery.
Can we burn those?
Probably not.
A little bit of a biohazard.
And
don't burn the owl pellets.
Don't burn. It would probably stink to all.
Yeah, it's not.
It would probably be so
good. Not
gross.
good for the. Not good for the ductwork.
No. And then on the 29th, it's icy investigation. You can discover the science behind ice. They're going to investigate what makes ice melt, why it floats, and so much more. This, of course, is all happening at the Audubon Nature Center and Aquarium right on Hope Street in Bristol. And this is just a great bunch of programs. If you're not already a member there, it's a fantastic place to be a member for. And if you need to get out of the house, Bristol's a nice place to head on over to.
Sounds good.
Yep.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to heat things up before the year comes to an end.
And not with owl pellets.
That's right. Because that's gross. That's disgusting. Then you want to take a ride over to Bristol. Leave the pellets where you find them and go to the Wind Harp at Linden Place in Bristol. Wind Harp is a wonderful, relaxing folk group. And they've got seasonal music. They have amazing voices and instruments that enhance the beauty of the carols, sacred songs, and joyful wassail tunes. Tickets include a wine reception to meet the performers and admission to the Linden Place Mansion. Reservations strongly encouraged. This is not that bad. $15 to $20.
Perfect.
Depending on your choice there. And Linden Place is at 500 Hope Street in Bristol. So it's really this is
and you get wine. This is cheaper than going to the movies because you get wine included and a mansion.
Right. Yes, you get it all. And most importantly, no owl pellets. So you will have a magical time at Linden Place in Bristol. It's Wind Harp performing on Friday, December 28th at 7:30 p.m.
Switching gears quickly up there. Sorry, Ben.
That's all right.
A little trigger happy.
You're ready to end this year. That's it. That's the last episode. Episode 117 for this year. Thank you so much to everybody who supports us over the past 2.5, 3 years. How long we've been doing this? I don't know. But we've been doing it a while, and everything we talked about today can be found on our website, wickedroadypodcast.com.
Isn't that crazy?
It
2018, my friends. This is the last episode of Wicked Rhody for 2018. If you have yet to tell a friend about Wicked Rhody, now's the time. Start things off. People are always looking for whether it's new books or new podcasts, so make sure to let your friends know about Wicked Rhody. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook, and a great way to share the love for this podcast is to use the hashtag Wicked Rhody, or if you go to any of these events, share that hashtag as well. I learned about this event on hashtag Wicked Rhody.
It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, just tell the organizers. Say, hey, hold my towel. I learned about this on Wicked Rhody. I'll be right back. For advertising and sponsorship information, you can email us at wickedroadypodcast@gmail.com.
Until next time, folks, which means 2019. I can't even handle this.
There you go.
Until we meet again, my name's Mary Larson.
And I'm Ben DeCastro.
And you've been listening to Wicked Rhody. We'll have more for you next year.
Yeah. See you then. Bye. Good luck trying not to mess up the checks you write.
So true.